In a foul shrine in the Deimos Peninsula, lost souls summoned the Black Apostle Eliphas to Kronus. There, the World-Bearers raised their black temples and launched their assault on the world. Eldritch energies split the earth with abyssal fissures and remade the lush jungles into a nightmare landscape pulsing with ruinous energies. A master demagogue, Eliphas made an advantage of the fractious nature of those bent to chaos. Instead of relying on a unified defense, he allowed his champions and cult leaders to establish their own satellite temples where they could pursue their own dark rituals. Any attacker who hoped to defeat the Word-Bearers would have to run a bloody gauntlet of heretics, including some of the Legion's most veteran Chaos Space Marines. Indeed, killing the heretics on Kronus was so pointless as long as the Great War Portal at Eliphas' Bastion remained open. The dark spells of the sorcerers Amphion and Zethus maintained this powerful rend in the fabric of creation, granting Eliphas near endless reinforcements. As long as the Deimos portal remained open, there could be no victory on Kronus.
Now we got a cool cutscene of Eliphas kind of marshalling his forces and being a sassy motherfucker while he does it.
With the 37 keys of Tzeentch, we open the way for our brothers.
Is that him or is that the Chaos Sorcerer?
That's one of his
With
sorcerers.
the 1,000 whispers of Slaanesh, we call to them. With the 12 plagues of Nurgle, we fell their enemies. And with the
Again, you can see where the budget for cutscenes ran out.
Yeah.
for them.
Yes. Come
The portal looks
Yeah,
cool.
fine.
Looks alright.
Hear my
This is
warnings,
Eliphas.
unbelievers. Carried to your minds by the power of the Prince of Excess himself. We have raised altars in this land, so that we may sacrifice you to our gods. Veterans of 10 millennia of unholy war wait to grind you beneath the treads of their mighty boots. The chosen of Khorne hunger to add you to their bloody tally. The Blood God himself has marked this land and will claim your skulls for his throne. There is no hope in opposing the inevitable. Put down your arms, unbelievers, and bow before the forces of Chaos Undivided.
Ooh, very cool.
Very cool intro, actually. I'm into it. So we're gonna get attacked a bunch. Oh, we can just give him the
Assault
auto
cannon
cannon.
straight
Right?
off. That's real nice. Should we give him a plasma gun? Oh, bugger!
Get Thule in there. Oh my, just dudes everywhere.
Jesus, let's never mind capturing these points, guys. We'll get around to that in a second.
We will in fact crush
Oh,
the
there we
enemies
go.
of the
Destroy the
Imperium.
warp portal. Yeah, I figured that was going to be the primary objective, but thanks, game. A reminder is always nice.
Yeah, it's why it's necessary to kind of build up the honor guard. It's like you get attacked almost
Yeah,
instantaneously.
and you just can't hold that. Like without an honor guard and without a halfway beefed up commander.
Now our Grey Knights should be ultra effective against Chaos guys because I think they get bonuses against demons and Chaos worshippers if we build Grey Knights.
Perfect. Ooh,
I
we've
think
lost half the health on him already.
Yeah,
Sorry, go on.
if we lose the honor guard, it's not the end of the
No,
world.
this is what they're here
only
for,
really
yeah.
here to help us get through this initial
Yeah.
stage.
Them dying here is the other then. Ooh, stop the blood pulse. That doesn't sound great. The
Oh,
blood
the
god.
blood pulse is a pain in
Blood
the
God
ass.
Khorne pulses this cursed land, slaying any infantry who stay near its tower when it manifests. Capture the strategic point in the plates of Khorne to stop this pulse. Yep, let's do exactly that, I think.
We want to get Thule against him because it looks as though
Yeah, the Terminator's not having a great time because he's not great in close up, I think.
he should be decent. Like he's Terminator. He's good at basically everything. But like apparently the Berserker champion is greater.
Yeah.
Can you watch Thule duel the Berserker, please?
Oh, you can watch him knock him flat on his ass, yeah.
Stop.
Thule, he's come back, yeah, there we go.
It is indeed hammer time. Oh yeah.
There he goes.
Get him, Thule. Good man.
Right. Let's actually set up a bit now.
So I think Eliphas' goal here is to turn Kronus into a demon world.
Seems
So
about
like,
right.
he's opening a kind of portal up in the warp to try and plunge it into the realm of chaos, or partially into the realm of chaos.
So planets near rents in reality can become imbued with arcane energies. Those most corrupted of these worlds, where creatures from the warp walk freely, are classified as demon worlds by the Imperium. Few encounter such hellish places and survive. Often, demon worlds are gifted to powerful greater demons, demon princes, or the traitor primarchs as rewards. Since the days following the Horus Heresy, they have served as refuges for the heretic Astartes, sanctuaries of dread from which terror raids and black crusades are launched.
Nice.
So I think this is Eliphas' goal, is to turn Kronus, the planet we're on, into one of these demon worlds.
Kind of bullshit world, yeah.
But we won't stand for that.
Sounds like heresy to me.
Brother, get the flavor. the heavy flavor.
It's one of my favourite gifts. I love that after like our very first attempt at this, we haven't bothered to build any Scout Marines, because they're not great.
No, I'm noticing that.
That's it, Thule.
Oh, that was fun. Smoked a couple of them pretty good.
So Chaos Cultists are basically like regular humans who have sworn themselves to the Dark Gods. They are the lowest of the low. They are chaff. We're ripping through them faster than guardsmen. Yeah, to call them cannon fodder would be an insult to cannon fodder. I once watched like a really good battle report online where they played the tabletop version of 40k, where there was 100 Space Marines and the other guy had brought over 500 Chaos Cultists in one huge big mob. And it was very gratifying just to watch these Astartes on the tabletop do exactly what they should do, which was just tear through wave after wave of these guys.
Yeah.
It was very fun to watch.
Spooky noises coming from up there. Let's build. Oh, we need the monastery for that first. Cool.
I mean, we are basically in hell. That's basically what this is.
Yeah. I assume this is the idea that they've corrupted this part of Kronus. It wasn't always, like this.
Yes, correct. I think there was a chaos cult that sprung up here, and they summoned Eliphas, and since then he's gone about corrupting the place and making it even nastier than it was before. Oh, get him, brother Danatar.
Oh, he's doing well.
So my favourite 40k inventions is the notion of a chainsword. A sword which is also a chainsaw, because fuck you, Gears of War.
Yeah, it does feel very Gears of War. I'm pulling back actually a little bit. I thought it was going to be a nice easy capture of that point. Apparently not.
There was 20 dudes there who, if we follow them in, we could send Thule and the rest of the boys to go deal with it.
Nah, I'll just make some Marines, which we need anyway,
Yeah. So he mentioned some of his followers are dedicated to the Khorne, the Blood God.
See, I think even before I knew of 40k, I knew of the concept of blood for the Blood God, skulls for the Skull Throne.
Yes, Khorne is the Blood God, and he sits upon, as his name suggests, a throne of skulls. So he's often depicted as a huge kind of bull-headed minotaur. That's kind of the typical form that he appears in. Khorne is the god of war and murder, the patron of ferocity. He broods upon a throne of brass atop an endless mountain of skulls. Carnage is his only desire. That's from page 94 of the Warhammer rulebook under the Chaos Gods.
Requisition is actually a limiting factor for now.
One of the things I like playing as Chaos is their Marines have really good dialogue when you click on them.
Yeah. I remember there was one that was just literally, instead of dialogue, it's just a horrifying, maniacal laugh. I remember that being a thing.
Oh, because they're absolutely mad. Most of these guys are possessed, or they've got mutations, or after 10,000 years of warfare, they have just completely lost their minds. Oh, our Librarian looks good.
Though he looks weirdly like Richard Nixon up close, which is slightly alarming.
Zoom in on him again. Right on his face.
I'm meeting you heretics halfway.
Yeah, bit of that feel to him. Well, let's attach him to these dudes.
I think he actually had a name, but can we call him?
He does have a name. It's Epistolary Antilius or whatever it is.
Yeah,
we've lost him now. There you go, Epistolary Antius.
Oh, that's a shame. Antius Nixon. We're just going to call him Nixon from now on.
Let's build these a bit. Oh, still need more.
Yeah, my favourite line is if you click on some of the Chaos Marines, if you are playing as Chaos, rather than them going, "For the Emperor," or "Sir, yes, sir," whatever, they say, "Do you hear the voices
I remember
too?"
that one, yeah.
It's just a really good writing.
There can be no peace.
They certainly do well to make the different factions. Whereas a lot of the factions at their cores are pretty similar here. They do a lot to make them feel different flavour-wise. Especially to separate out Marines from Chaos, because they are very similar.
Yeah, I feel so too. Lots of RTS games boils down to the same units in different colours.
Yeah, just wearing funny hats and moustaches,
Correct. I would love to play the Total War Warhammer games. They're meant to be brilliant.
I've heard that, yeah. See, I'm not so familiar with the Warhammer, regular Warhammer setting. I mostly know 40k.
I'm very familiar with the regular. I mean, obviously, of course I am, but I'm very familiar with the regular Warhammer setting. It's very fun. I like it. That setting now, unfortunately, no longer exists in the current canon, which is a shame.
Yeah,
but
I thought that might be the case.
there was an apocalyptic event, so they did a large global event called the End Times. They published a bunch of campaign books with special rules and special missions and stuff, and you could play at home. It was to simulate the End Times, which was literally the end of the Warhammer world. There's a guy called, this is the fantasy version of Warhammer basically, a guy called Archeon, the End Times, whose goal it was to end the world. And he succeeded. Like, he won, the world ended. And there's now a new Warhammer game called Warhammer Age of Sigmar, which is like the rebuilding of the universe after the old world has been destroyed by Archeon.
Yeah.
I mean, in a bit, I really admire it, because like
That's different.
well, it suffered a bit from people were complained how it was implemented and complained that their character didn't get to do the cool thing that they wanted them to do. But if you look at a property like Star Trek, for example, which has maintained basically the same status quo for 30 years,
Yeah.
I admire a group of writers who took this property they obviously loved and at least tried to advance it, even if they didn't do the best job ever.
Yeah, I've generally got a bit more time for, try something new even if it fails, rather than just risk utterly stagnating.
Much like the Imperium of Mankind itself.
Yeah. Also, holy shit, I've realised the rate at which these things heal. 1 health a second. Which means that will take a full hour to heal up to full.
I think what we can do is, if we build the Sanctum, whatever the Librarium bit is, if we build some apothecaries, I think we can attach an apothecary to our veteran units, and the apothecary can just follow them around.
Good
and they'll feel much
Let's
quicker.
do that. Sacred artifact it is, yeah.
I don't know, we haven't built apothecaries. They're actually very useful and very inexpensive, but like I am loving our guns just mowing down wave after wave of cultists.
Yeah, I think the issue was we sent in the Terminator very early as a melee unit, and he's not great at that. As in, a units like this, he's much more effective just being a fucking chain gun from a distance.
I concur. If you zoom in on the Terminator, though, he does well when we're this.
Oh yeah, he's got a power hand or whatever it's called.
A power fist. It's basically just a big boxing glove.
Like easy, yeah. So I've given this time the first company veteran instead. I've given him a plasma gun instead of a heavy volta.
Yeah, that
to give us something against heretic marines. Well, let's build an apothecary and see what happens. Right, we've got these guys who I'll attach Thule to as ever.
Yes, brother. My faith.
Just to like some guys to catch bullets. There's actually a rule in the tabletop version of 40k called "Look Out, Sir," and it's a roll to see like if someone shoots at your commander. It's a roll to see whether one of the other guys gets in the way and just catches.
Get down, Mr. President.
Exactly, brother Captain.
That's brilliant.
Not today, Eliphas.
Weapons at ready. It is time.
Which I suppose is kind of borne out. I'm not sure how the damage allocation works, because obviously individual marines die before the squad just keels over.
Yeah.
I'm not sure mechanically how that works in the game, but it's cool that it does work that way.
Yeah.
Do we build an apothecary?
Yes.
If we can we attach him to the
We
Terminator?
absolutely can.
Yes, we can.
So
He'll just follow him around and heal him
nice.
in perpetuity. And his heal.
Oh wow! Yeah, look at that.
Dramatically increased.
Yeah, that's about 10 times faster. Wonderful. As it's actually practical for him to heal within the course of a mission, in a way that it was not before.
I'll find out some more about the apothecaries, because they're not an aspect of the Space Marine lore that I know a huge deal about. But I'll have a flick through and see what I can find about.
Have I not got an armory yet? That's embarrassing. Oh, and I've got a dreadnought though. That's cool.
I'm surprised that you can build like the machine pit without first building an armory.
You just need to get the monastery, which I did earlier on without actually making an armory.
Oh, here we go. The Apothecaron. So the Apothecarion, that's where the apothecaries work.
Is a Space Marine's chapter's most vital facility. On its metal medicized slabs, neophytes are implanted with the organs that transform them into Space Marines, and those grievously wounded in battle receive life-saving treatment. Deeper within the Apothecarion, the chapter's gene seed is held, and to the apothecaries falls the honour of its safekeeping. A chapter's apothecarion never sleeps, whether it be on the homeworld, its magnificent fortress, or aboard its galaxy-traversing flagship.
So the gene seed, that's like the kind of like the pattern for a chapter's Space Marines, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. It's the kind of gene stuff that turns them from regular humans, or helps turn them into regular humans, into Space Marines.
Yeah.
And each chapter's gene seed is unique, so some carry genetic flaws, some carry genetic advantages, but like each chapter's is unique and signature.
They're all kind of based off the Emperor, aren't they? in some way, or...
Well, all 20 of the Primarchs are based on the Emperor, right?
Yeah.
And then all of the Space Marine chapters currently in existence are derived from one of the 20 Primarchs.
Yeah.
So we're talking about clones of clones of clones, sort of.
Yeah, but if you're if you're semi-cloning in that way, you shouldn't be that... That you're losing less information than as if Astartes were, the Emperor's grandchildren.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're not even true clones, because obviously they take regular humans and then can augment them with the gene seed, so... They're kind of gene splicing rather than cloning.
Yeah.
But it means that the same inherited flaws redouble every time they use that gene seed to make new neophytes.
Yeah.
So like the problems, the gene problems that plagued the Astartes 10,000 years ago have been amplified.
Yeah, it's kind of doubling down on the flaws. Yeah.
Exactly. Like some chapters, become bestial. They suffer from horrible mutations or barely contained mutations. Like some have horrible battle rage. Others are very secretive and have a paranoid flaw that runs through the entire chapter.
Yeah.
And the Blood Ravens, obviously, their seemingly their flaw is that they crave knowledge at all costs.
Yeah. Literally, as you said that, the librarian said, "My knowledge is at your disposal."
Hey, there we go. Excellent timing.
Time to move up.
We can build another librarian, can't we? Let's build another
Yeah,
librarian.
actually, fair point. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
Let's just have librarians for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, no, we can't. We can. Technically, we can. We just don't have the units for it yet.
It is all a service to chaos.
I find it deeply, deeply satisfying just to watch all of these horrible heretics just die gloriously to bolter fire. It just looks great. Purge the unclean.
The apothecary absolutely just looks like a stormtrooper.
So
the white armor and everything.
His white armor is to denote that he's a medic basically. So
yeah.
he's part medic. He also recovers organs and gene seed from fallen Space Marines.
Yeah. What are my actual objectives at the moment? Obviously that one in the long run. Blood Pulse, prisoners in the top left.
The prisoners are a big deal. They give us units over and above our normal unit cap.
And the relics though, which is nice. Get ourselves a present.
But there's plenty of this map's much more resource scarce than what we're used to.
Yeah, I was going to say there's really not that many strategic points, which is why I'm kind of focusing on getting all the upgrades I can here.
How can I serve?
I love it. We've just given him a little apothecary bodyguard.
Yeah, he's just got a dude. Hilariously, I don't think you noticed, but also I did that for this one. So this apothecary is attached to Brother Steve.
Yeah,
he's just got his apothecary friend.
You thought he was hard to kill before, viewership. Now Steve is invincible.
Now he's got his own personal combat medic.
This is the equivalent of a combat doctor just following one soldier around.
If that soldier was a goddamn legend, yeah.
Hey, had you cut your finger? No worries, buddy, I got you.
See, I do sometimes find myself, when you've got a lot of resources, I do just find myself doing this, which is just clicking all the upgrades and not really looking at what they do. But just being yes, we'll have that.
I mean, I can tell you what they do, but how much do you care?
Yeah. I'm just
Can we push our Marines in the left flank up so they're parallel with the...
Yes, I'm working on that. That's the next plan. I keep looking over and thinking oh my god, we're being overwhelmed, and then I'm no we're not. Not even remotely.
This is how it should work for Space Marines, though. They should be able to fight off, hundreds or at least dozens of other combatants.
Especially, cultists, yeah.
Who are the lowest of the low.
Yeah, I was going to move these guys up at least to the strategic point now that we've got it.
Here to serve.
The right-hand side is a little messier.
Oh, they've got Defiler.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Dreddy time. Dreddy's back. Back again. Dreddy's back. Tell a friend. Or something like that.
Yep, something like that. Alright, let's build the usual Terminator squadrons.
Can you build Terminators without a relic? That's cool.
Yeah, it's only Land Raiders. Every thing only has one relic unit. There's Land Raiders.
Oh, I think they're still in the blue stance, so they won't really try and engage. Yeah. But if we put them on the yellow stance...
I always forget to change them back to it now. Now I've got so used to changing the chapel barracks to being on that stance. I got fewer charge.
I think we're fighting something on the left.
Yes we are. Just more cultists.
Oh, just more. Okay, they don't matter. I like this base assault. If I remember correctly, it's not one of the more challenging ones, but it's still fun. It's still really thematic. It's Marines fighting other Marines, which I always enjoy.
Oh, this guy's lost his apothecary.
Oh, he was too busy saving this guy that he forgot to heal himself.
The old physician heal thyself.
He's taken the Hippocratic Oath, or whatever that is. Whatever that is in the 41st millennium.
Yeah.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
Right, I want to get some more cap. I want to get
some more information on our apothecaries.
Apothecaries bear specialist war gear into the field to carry out their duty. Their primary tool is the Narthecium, which is either built into a bulky gauntlet module or incorporated into articulated armatures that protrude from the Buddha's backpack, containing anti-venoms, healing agents, and stim packs, as well as having built-in surgical equipment and chain blades.
Jesus.
This device can be used by the apothecary to crack open armor, carry out transfusions, repair torn ligaments, plug holes in organs, and close terrible wounds.
Jesus.
The Narthecium also includes a pistol-like tool to give those too winded to fight the Emperor's peace.
Jesus.
Youth. Shockingly, Space Marines they do not balk at euthanasia.
For now, I'm actually heavy boltering up these guys because most of the one Chaos Marine.
I think he's like a cool veteran unit the way that our veterans are.
Yeah,
So look at a red circle beneath him. Oh, did we lose our Terminator?
No, he's just back here waiting for his apothecary friend to come back. He's lonely on the battlefield without him, you know?
This one died too easy. Get me another.
But he's just going to wait for all the other research I've queued at the Sacred Icon. Or whatever it's called. Here are my other Terminators.
I like to think that like they're his old buddies. Oh, hi guys.
You know how to do this. You know the drill.
I think like there's lots of modular options that are built into the tabletop version as well. So you can choose to give an apothecary to your squad of Space Marines. You can choose to give them a plasma gun, or you can choose to give them a sergeant or a veteran sergeant. And whether you're a sergeant or a veteran sergeant unlocks yet more options. So someone crunched the math, and there's something crazy like 10,000 possible permutations of a standard Space Marine squad in.
Because you have like war gear for individual units as well, don't you?
Oh yeah, you can, for certain squads of Space Marines, like in specialist chapters, you can individually equip each member of the squad differently.
Yeah.
Which is really cool, so you should be able to do that for Space Marines, for my money.
Deep striking.
Okay, that answers that question.
What question's that?
You can't, if you set things to reinforce, they still won't, even if they've got reinforcements queued up, they won't reinforce while they're in.
Oh yeah, while they're in the barracks.
Where do you need us most?
That's basically everything there, there's everything in there, we've done that.
Have we got enough, do you have enough requisition to build a librarian?
Oh, we have built, oh no, I haven't yet. There you go. Not yet.
It's very fluffy that, like, you know, the Blood Angels explicitly have more librarians than a regular chapter.
Helpful.
We should build more.
Yeah. At least on the left here, it's pretty much only cultists coming in. As far as I can tell, they're basically just a melee unit, so...
Yeah, they do have las pistols. They've got very basic... So remember the las gun that the guardsmen had? They have the pistol variant, which is even more worse.
Yeah. Yes, his apothecary friend is back. Let's attach him again. Wonderful.
They're affectionately called in the tabletop game, like las guns are called flashlights. Because they don't actually do much damage, but they light things up with all the pretty lights.
What are your needs?
Why aren't you attaching to him?
Who requires my
There we are.
There we go.
He's got a buddy again.
As it should be.
Your will?
Right.
I think
I'm gonna have to move up and take this point before too long.
I've decided on a name for our Space Marine Terminator veteran.
Go for it.
I've decided that he will be known as Longarius the Lonely.
Nice. Because he always needs his friends on the battlefield, yeah.
Correct.
Look at him, he's so much happier now he's got a friend. Look at him glowing like that. Glowing with happiness. That's what that is.
The sweet, bountiful healing glow.
The healthy glow of the Terminator with apothecary friend. Right, let's... Oh, no, come on, faster, man.
These are just like... Oh, there's a defiler there.
There's a defiler in that turret I want to take out, so...
The Dreadnought should be able to smash the turret. If we send the Dreadnought against the... Oh no, we got your group strike coming down.
Oh yeah, everything's coming in, don't worry. This was a plan, I was meaning to assault this plan. I think this is the blood pulsey thing though, so...
Yeah, don't step on the corrupted ground around the blood pulse. It kills everything when it pulses in 25 seconds.
Yep. Noted.
It's very, very irritating. Vehicles, I believe, are unaffected.
That's handy.
stands with me shall be my brother.
Just watch with the Grey Knights, because they might stray onto the earth because they'll pursue some enemies.
Yeah. Because that right flank is essentially not going to crumble now. Unsinkable, some might call it.
Steady. Steady.
But it's, yeah, they only seem to be throwing cultists there, so... You know what, now I've given myself the fear, I am going to put another heavy bolter turret there just to be sure.
One can never have too many heavy bolters.
Taking heavy fire.
So where's the prisoners? That's up to the left, isn't it, where the relic is? Yeah. So how do we actually get there? Push along here. There's another bloody blood turret. And then that way from there. Nope, that doesn't go anywhere. Oh, it's that way, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Another blood turret. Where's the thing for the blood turrets? That might be an easier thing to take out, or a better thing to take out sooner. There.
I think it's better just to kind of purge the... Oh, wow, look at that.
That's
the cool
Chaos emblem, yeah. That's a...
The 8-pointed star is the emblem of Chaos, which is what we can see there.
Yeah.
So our Dreadnought friend can do what he wants because he's immune to the Blood Pulse, but like Thule and his buddies are not.
No. So that's why I want to get a listening post on here at least to make sure fighting these guys off is a bit easier without people having to engage them. Just because this is clearly where they're coming from. I just want to hold those gun lines and then we can start thinking about how and where to advance best.
We can all just build up our vehicles who are basically immune to the Blood Pulse and send them ahead. So
kind of a bit of a plan, yeah.
A couple of Dreadnoughts supported by even just a couple of Predators should be able to smash most things.
We've got 2 Predators here now, so I think my plan will be to advance up to the left.